To understand why full contour zirconia crowns such as Bruxer look different than a typical dental ceramic, you need to understand the way light bounces off this material, and zirconia oxide actually has a much higher level of reflection of light than traditional porcelain does or than even enamel does. And when you look at a full contour Bruxer crown, as you see here, a lot of this light is bouncing off the crown and almost none of it is being internalized into the inside of the crown. Whereas with another traditional all ceramic crown, such as the Empress crown that you see here, a lot of the light is being absorbed into the crown and then it's coming back out of the crown and it lights up the tooth underneath it and the gingiva around it as well. And with the Bruxer crown, the light is hitting it and bouncing right off of it. And that's why Bruxer crowns tend to look way too light when they're put in the mouth. Back in the beginning when we started making Bruxer crowns, when a dentist would ask for an A1 or when I would ask for a shade A1, they would make a shade A1 for me and I'd put it in the mouth. It'd be way too light. The shade would be way too light because of the way the light hit it. In fact, if we turn the light on now, you're going to see what happens when it hits it. Because right now, before the light comes on, you can see that the Bruxer is definitely darker in value than the Empress crown next to it. But then as soon as we turn this on and hit this with a bunch of light, now they're both close to looking like A1 crowns. And the reason that they are is because we have gone in and we've placed darker stain on the outside of the Bruxer crown to bring the value down to compensate for how much light reflects off the surface. And if we turn that off again, you'll notice that again the Bruxer crown out of the box before it goes in the mouth as a shade A1 definitely has a lower value than the Empress crown next to it. And so that's something you'll notice when you take a Bruxer crown in a shade A1, for example, out of the box when we send it to you, is that it's going to look darker than an A1 crown that you might have sitting around or even the A1 shade guide. And the reason for that is to compensate for when the light hits it, you know, when the patient smiles or their mouth is open or when it's out of the box, to compensate for how much light reflects off of the zirconium oxide, we've stained it to be a couple shades darker.